espionage, betrayal, and a massive intelligence failure. We're uncovering the chilling story of how the CIA's spy network in China was almost entirely dismantled in one of the most devastating setbacks for American intelligence in history. By 2012, the full extent of the catastrophe was becoming clear. Nearly 24 CIA sources had been eliminated or imprisoned, dealing a devastating blow to the agency's ability to gather information within China. The loss of these valuable assets created a gaping hole in American intelligence just when tensions between the U.S. and China were on the rise. As the CIA grappled with the collapse of its spy network in China, questions swirled about the cause of the leak. Several theories have emerged, each pointing to a different potential culprit or security breach. One theory suggests that a mole within the CIA betrayed the agency and exposed the network. A traitor working for the Chinese Ministry of State Security could have had access to sensitive information about the identities of CIA sources, allowing the Chinese to systematically eliminate them. A key suspect in this theory is former CIA officer Jerry Chun-Shing Lee. Arrested in 2018 and charged with conspiracy to commit espionage, Lee was accused of providing crucial information to the Chinese government that led to the unraveling of the CIA's spy network in the country. Jerry Chun-Shing Lee, a naturalized U.S. citizen, was born in Hong Kong and joined the CIA in 1994. He served as a case officer, responsible for recruiting informants and managing CIA assets. Lee's work with the agency took him to various locations, including China, where he had access to sensitive information about CIA operations. Lee left the CIA in 2007 and later moved to Hong Kong. In 2012, the FBI began to investigate him after discovering that he had suspicious amounts of unexplained wealth. The investigation eventually led to Lee's arrest in 2018 at JFK Airport in New York. He was charged with conspiracy to commit espionage and illegally retaining classified information. During a search of Lee's hotel room, the FBI discovered 2 notebooks containing classified information, including the true names of CIA assets in China and operational details. This critical evidence raised suspicions that Lee had been passing information to the Chinese government, leading to the dismantling of the CIA's spy network in the country. In May 2019, Lee pleaded guilty to conspiracy to deliver national defense information to aid a foreign government. He was later sentenced to 19 years in prison. While the full extent of Lee's involvement in the unraveling of the CIA's spy network in China remains unclear, his case has shed light on the dangers posed by moles within intelligence agencies. Now, a new theory has emerged. The CIA's communication system, initially designed for the Middle East, was not prepared for the challenging online environment in China. The agency's overconfidence in the system led to a critical underestimation of China's ability to penetrate it. The swift and precise actions of Chinese authorities in apprehending the CIA's China-based assets suggest that the communication system had indeed been compromised. When the intelligence breach became known, the CIA and FBI formed a special task force to determine the cause. They identified 3 potential reasons: a possible agent providing information to Chinese authorities, careless spy work, and the compromised communication system. The communication system used in China was internet-based and accessible from laptops or desktop computers. It was intended to be separate from the main system used with vetted sources. However, a technical error connected it back to the CIA's main covert communications platform, jeopardizing its security. China's Advanced Intelligence Service and its Great Firewall, which closely monitors internet traffic, made the CIA's communication system susceptible to detection and infiltration. Once Chinese intelligence accessed the interim system, penetrating the main system was a relatively simple task. There are various theories as to how the system was breached. China may have run a double agent who was given the communication platform by their CIA handler, or authorities might have identified a U.S. agent and seized their computer. Another possibility is that the system was identified through a pattern analysis of suspicious online activities. This disaster in China has reignited a debate within the intelligence community about the merits of older, lower-tech methods for covert interactions with sources. The inherent paradox with covert communication systems is that the easier a system is to use, the less secure it is. In response to the failure of the communication system in China, CIA officers have reportedly reverted to older methods of communication, such as in-person interactions with sources. This experience has led some officials to conclude that internet-based systems, even with sophisticated encryption, cannot guarantee the protection of assets forever. This concludes our series on the unraveling of the CIA's spy network in China. We hope you've gained a better understanding of the complexities and vulnerabilities of intelligence work and the role communication systems play in the world of espionage. If you enjoyed this episode and want to explore more captivating stories from the shadowy realms of spies and covert operations, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel.